which makes sense why she's all of a sudden had this back leg pain.
Pony Tales Refuge is a full circle of life shelter founded in 2014. As a full circle of life shelter, we take in any horse, mule, donkey, or pony, no matter their age, size, breed, or training. Regardless of their background, we have never turned an animal in need away. Even after 10 years and over 1,100 animals that have come through our gates, you just never know what's going to happen. These are the horse rescue tales from the tundra.
So I am currently on my way to Mondovi. This will be the first time we're trying out the program we want to get off the ground. Yes, those are a ton of horse blankets in my car behind me. Anyway, the goal is we get a lot of horses in their golden years as owner surrenders. And what we're wanting to do, unfortunately, several of them have health issues. A lot just age-related, arthritis, things like that. And they've lived at this home for basically their entire life. The owners don't know what to do. They seem to think that maybe, someone else can, take them in and let them live out their days. And that happens. It's extremely rare, but it does happen. The problem is we see what is otherwise a perfectly healthy older horse come in and just being uprooted from the home that they've lived at their entire life. It causes us so much mental and physical stress. We'll see them go from an otherwise completely healthy horse to nothing, literally in just a matter of days. And it's not anything we're doing wrong in taking care of them. It's like taking your old dog to the shelter because you don't want to put them down. You think someone else is going to take them in and let them live out their days. Again, it happens. It's rare, but think of the stress on the animal itself. They lose everything they've ever known. So what we're wanting to do with this program, it will not apply to all horses. There are going to have to be certain criteria that they meet for us to do this. But what we've done today is we've talked to this young lady. She's got a 34-year-old Mustang, and the 28-year-old daughter of that Mustang. They haven't had a whole lot of handling. They belong to her grandpa, who has since passed away, and she's going to be graduating high school and moving off to college. And she had tried to find a place for them to go. She was unsuccessful. She contacted us about surrendering them to our shelter. And of course, we're always willing to take them in, but we wanted to offer her this option, considering they've never left the property. He had the 34-year-old since she was just a baby. And obviously the 28-year-old was born on the property. They've only been separated for a brief period of time at one point over the years. So, while yes, we could certainly take them in, we offered them this option. She talked to her parents about it, and they ultimately decided to go this route. Unfortunately, what often happens, even with the surrender, they don't have the funds for the surrender fee, and we will reach out to our followers and supporters to help cover the initial intake costs. In this case, even, euthanasia had crossed their minds, but it was something they could not afford. They didn't know how to arrange it. So what we're doing with this program is in situations like that, we are going to arrange it with the veterinarian. We will help arrange a burial or just removal if they don't have a place to bury. We've got that all set up. Dr. Kristen is actually going to be meeting me here. And we've got the removal company coming as well because they do not have a place to bury. So this program, we're hoping it's just, so what's going to happen to these horses, they, instead of loading onto a trailer, whether or not they've ever been on a trailer, we don't know, the stress of that, coming to our place, meeting all these new horses, all these new people, a completely different environment. The 34-year-old does have problems with her hips. It's just really hard. So what's going to happen instead today, instead of them getting loaded on this trailer and coming to this new place and being poked and prodded by, evaluations and the vet coming in and, all the stress that comes with the entire shelter environment, what's going to happen today is they're going to meet a couple new people. They're at home. It's just an ordinary day for them. They're going to meet me. They're going to meet Dr. Kristen. They'll be eating some grain, and next thing they know, they'll be, in greener pastures. And, the 34-year-old, I believe her name is Missy, her hips aren't going to be hurting anymore, and any other issues she might have going on. They'll get to stay together literally forever, with no stress. This is just an ordinary day for them. They're not looking forward to tomorrow. They don't have any plans for tomorrow. So we're trying this out. We're hoping it'll catch on. We understand that, people think, oh, you're a rescue, you're supposed to save these horses. And yeah, if they were in danger and something horrible was about to happen to them, definitely we would bring them in, but that's not the case with these two. They simply can't stay where they are, and it's in their best interest to take their last breath at home, where they're happy, where they're comfortable, where they're relaxed, stress-free, and let that be the end of it. There is no shame in this family deciding to do what they're doing. They are doing the utmost responsible thing for these horses. Maybe the 28-year-old has many years left, who knows, but what kind of life is she going to have, losing the only other horse she's ever known? Other things that could happen, Missy has the bad hips. She could go down one day and not be able to get up. Suddenly we've got an emergency vet call, and it's just a horrible way. She's obviously in pain and suffering till the very end. And then you got her daughter, I believe her name is Queenie, who is now by herself. She's 28 years old. Just the going through all that, and then, okay, so say then we just take in the daughter, and then it's again uprooted from her home. She just lost her best friend. She's come to this place with all these other horses. It's just extremely, extremely stressful and difficult for them. So we're hoping this program will prevent situations like that. Obviously, they're never going to see the slaughter pipeline. That's never going to be even something they ever have to worry about. And they've lived a happy life. So let's just let it be a happy ending for everybody involved. And, there's no shame in this. And we're just hoping it goes well. So I don't know how much recording I'll even want to do or be able to do when we're there. I will definitely get photos of these horses. I'll try to get some video just to let you meet them both, and wish them well and all the best. And we'll see them again one day, and we'll go from there. I'll let you know how it went when we're done. And if any of this is going to be costing us with the euthanasia and removal, we're looking at about $800 to $900 total, which would be similar to what we would incur if we brought them to the shelter. So, and like I said, in the end, this is what's best for the horses. This is not, coming to our shelter is not what's in their best interest right now. I do not personally believe so. We will let you know how it goes. If you're able to contribute towards this, that would be wonderful. You all are so great about contributing when we need help with the intake costs and stuff. This is, an end-of-life service, and it's what's in their best interest. They're never going to have to leave home. So I'll let you know how it goes when we're all done. I'm going to be there in about 10 minutes. All right. This is absolutely beautiful out here. considered. As it turned out, Missy, the 34-year-old, she was definitely showing her age. She was quite thin. Definitely some hip problems. Queenie, the 28-year-old daughter, actually had melanoma, was really bad. So it was definitely the right decision. It was hard. She, the poor girl cried. But, she was there. I know for sure now that had we just brought them to the shelter, that this would have been the same end result. This way they were able to pass at home. Their last memory is her holding them. Everything went really quiet. Dr. Kristen, as always, was awesome. And I'm pleased with how it went. I mean, it's never an easy thing to do or witness us, even if you don't know the horses. Like, I didn't know these horses, but they seem very sweet. Separating them, even if, Queenie had been perfectly healthy, it would have been devastating for her. She was ultimately the first one that we did put down because she gets so worked up when Missy is not around. So it was the right call. And I'm glad we were able to help with this. And, we thank you all for supporting us, and we hope you'll support us moving forward as, we hope to do this some more, try to keep these horses from leaving home when what they need is to be set free. So thank you all. I didn't do any video there. It just definitely didn't feel right. I did get a couple pictures, but that's about it. It's not something that, it's hard, but it's the right thing to do. Thank you all.
So Brooks got Hepatia out here. She had her first eval last week, I believe, or the week before. And she was a little bit nervous of things. We didn't end up getting to the saddle, but Brooke tacked her up in the barn. She did okay in the barn? Yep. Yeah. She's got her friend calling out to her, so that doesn't help, but we'll see how she does today. You do not like the bit. Oh, she's got it over it again. At some point, you're just gonna have to figure it out, girlfriend. Girl. What a show right now. Can you fix that, please? Put your tongue back where it belongs. Hi. Love the view, girl.
Don't you though?
Oh, she fixed her tongue. And she got the tongue back up. I can't even take a cute picture of you.
What's the point? It's like, that's not my personality.
This is my cute picture.
This is cute. Thank you.
She might not have the cute photos on the trail ride, but she'll have the memorable ones. Very good. Can we take a cute picture? Otherwise, she doesn't seem to care about much. You're blowing bubbles now. You are a goofy girl.
Hi.
Who's this?
This is Hepatia.
Hepatia. Here.
Yep.
So history.
Whatever you want to call her.
She's a off-track standee.
21. And she cannot stop playing with the bit and flipping her tongue completely over it. When that. No matter what bit, no matter how high, no matter how low, she is just not happy with her mouth.
Yeah, she's got points, so we'll fix that.
Okay.
They're not crazy bad, but maybe she's just a sensitive lady.
Yeah, she is a little on the sensitive side.
So you said standard?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just thinking of my drug dosing here. Oh, maybe you're more of a lightweight.
There's that tongue. Yeah.
All right. We're going to get a light here and take a good look at your girl.
Oh boy.
A wobbling?
Oh yeah. I just keep pushing her back.
Like, she shouldn't fall over with this dose, but let me start grinding. I bet we'll waken her up.
Poor girl just doesn't know what to do.
I gotta flush this out. Got a bunch of junk on her right side here.
Oh. Yeah. At least please.
Her head's so heavy.
You need help, Lex.
All right. Make a note. She doesn't need a mill, she needs a half. Like I said, I bet I start grinding on her. The way she does her head, I bet she'll wake up though. So she does have a wave to her. Yep, this thing I got. She does have points, but this horse has been floated before, I think.
Okay.
How old is she?
21.
21. Yeah, there's no way she'd look this good without a float, I think. So her bottom teeth are wearing pretty flat. Her top has a mild wave. Oh, yeah, she feels much better. Oh, sorry, did not mean to spray your eye, girl.
Yeah.
Well, her teeth are way less sharp, but she didn't have, her points weren't real long. She has a wave mouth on both tops, on the molars. But otherwise, let's check her front teeth now. Mild gum recession here. Never 21, you said?
Yep.
That looks about right to me. We're just starting to wear down the Galvin's groove there. Perfect. But I don't feel any hooks or anything on there.
Okay.
Or not a real bad ramp. Sometimes I'll flatten the front feet teeth, but I don't think she's got a... Yeah, hers are pretty... Maybe actually take the edge off here a little bit. 103 has a small chip on it. So do you see 103 labeled on there? Never mind, it's 104, I lied. So, there we go. Done.
Oh, wow.
Did you get the 1 plus 1.5?
Yes.
Okay. We'll say a little bit heavily sedated in the notes.
Yeah.
Has a low drug tolerance. But he didn't do too bad, honestly. See if we can back you out, girl. Because if they go down in a stall, I don't really care, but if they go down in stocks, they can hurt themselves sometimes. So, I think she can back out. Come on. Come on. Come on. You come back. Come on. Back up. Come on. Come on, girl. A few more steps. Come on. Come this way. She's going this way, right?
Yeah.
Come here, girl. Let's go. Easy, easy, easy. Careful. Don't run into the... There you go.
But we have Honey's x-rays. Okay, we can show you that. She's one of the percherons you looked at last week.
Okay. She's the one we didn't run the blood on?
Correct.
Okay.
And
She was the one.
seemed lame on the left front. I can't remember what you thought last week. But when we were doing the x-rays of the right front, we did see like arthritis and stuff.
Her
Okay.
knee, I want to say.
But I think something's wrong with her left shoulder.
Okay.
Do we want to bring her in?
Let's see
Let's
what he
look-
says when he looks at the x-rays.
Look at the x-rays. We can see how she moves. Sometimes there's chronic injury and then you get acute injury in the other leg because they're compensating. So
So that's the right. We're looking at all that right there.
I wonder if that joint is that joint bigger? Do you notice?
It is enlarged.
So generally speaking, when I see arthritis, I see bony proliferation, right? Interesting thing about this is it looks like there's bony degeneration. See what I mean? Like the bone itself is just like, there's lucency in the bone itself. So a couple options. I wonder if you had an infection or have an infection in that joint. This looks more normal with just a little. You see that bony proliferation still there for sure, though. Doesn't go down just strictly in the joint. So this would be her front right. That's the worst.
Yes. As far as the x-rays go, it seems like she's lamer on her left, though.
Interesting.
Or at least higher up.
If I saw this X-ray, I would say it's a old bone, either infection or almost cancer. The weird thing to me is it's not just centered around the joint spaces, it's actually like the bone itself. From here to here. Weird. That's her. This is her left. She's got a little bit of degeneration here, but not bad. Really bad. My guess is she's got an injury and possibly a previous infection in that joint. That's what I would guess. Because it doesn't look like an acute infection, because you'll see moth-eaten lysis where you see big holes of clarity. And I don't see big holes, but that bone doesn't look right. It's a struggle. I wish I knew the history on these horses, but it's not your fault. Like, what happened to this leg? To me, it looks like she probably got a cut on that leg, got infection. She recovered, but she's left with these basically bone and abscess, almost infections that are left in the bone. Just because, not that horses can't get bone cancer, but I think less likely cancer than infection and injury, just because she's an old draft horse and they tend to have these leg injuries. It doesn't look like traditional arthritis to me. Not like there's a kip of bone or there's a joint mice. It's like the whole joint's degenerated from like infection to me. Weird.
Should we go out and look at them all?
And her head goes down when her left hits the ground. I think she is sore on her right. Now she's standing. I don't know. Hey, girl. Okay. I'd like to see her. Do we have, can we go out here and circle her? No, she does seem to be too.
It's almost like she short steps on the
Yeah,
left front, but
she
I don't
does.
think it can extend.
Yeah, she is short stepping it.
I think it's just.
Oh yeah, I see that.
All right, go the other direction now in a circle. Without having her run into my car.
Okay.
Okay, now walk in a circle. Keep going in a circle.
Keep going in a circle.
Keep kind of just keep turning a circle. Turns a lot better to her right than her left. All right, you can bring her back in here. And the right's the one with that weird knee issue. Can you pull her one step forward? I want to see her, see if she'll stand square. Yeah, her head for sure went down hard on the right there. Why? You're okay. Can I feel your feet? Because you're a giraffe, you're going to be idiot about it, aren't you? Not really any lift your feet, I just want to feel your joints. So some of these drafts, you'll sometimes, if they get poor fitting harnesses, they'll pinch a nerve in their front shoulders.
Sweeney shoulder.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm almost wondering if she has a chronic or Sweeney shoulder in this left. Sometimes you'll see it in both, but again, if it's a poor fitting harness, but just looking at her body, she's been harnessed for a lot of her life. Yeah. You don't really like this shoulder being messed with as much as the other one. She didn't care about the other one. When you see her, she tenses up. So I'm wondering if she's got some chronic Sweeney shoulder, like shoulder pain, whether, like Sweeney shoulder is more of a nerve thing, so you'll see muscle wasting more almost with that.
It's even like how she's standing. It just doesn't
Yeah.
look like.
I agree, I think you're right about the shoulder. Like, just watch her, it doesn't look comfortable. I'm just looking at the muscling. So generally with like Sweeney shoulder, you'll see a distinct loss of muscle on one side versus the other. So if you look right up here, there is a distinct loss of muscle right here on this side compared to the other side. So that's what I wonder is what she's dealing with. And I think the arthritis or degeneration in that other leg might be just secondary to her compensating for this leg that doesn't have the nerve control.
So thoughts.
Thoughts? If it's neurologic, nerve damage from a Sweeney type shoulder, it's rest and a lot of them never recover, meaning she'll never be square. So my thoughts with that is maybe a light riding pasture pet, but probably nothing that would pull. Because when they got Sweeney shoulder, they can't pull well because pulling's going to really put a lot of wear on that shoulder, or that hock is where because all that arthritis was right here.
But that coupled with the arthritis.
That's why I would say, is she going to be a sound horse? I think she'd be sound enough to be comfortable in a pasture. Because most of those Sweeney shoulders, they don't really seem to hurt them. More just a loss of innervation and loss of muscling because of that. So I don't think she's suffering. I think she's just injured because of probably poorly fitting harness.
I'm sure the liquid weight on the right front, that's the one that has the access.
rotation.
Keep off the front.
Yeah, because generally on a horse, you think of like a 70-30 or an 80-20, meaning they do tend to carry more weight on their fronts, but when they have issues, they push it back on their back. So it's a compensatory thing. And when did she get shoed?
I think she's due.
She's on, 6-week schedule. So she'll be getting done this week.
It was week 2 after Kristen debrided the abscess,
Yep.
which seems like a year ago.
That's over here.
Yep.
Here you go. So much joint degeneration in this right leg. Because her right was worse than her left. Right?
I think it was her left that was worse than the right.
I should have
Yeah.
wrote it down because it
Yeah.
was very distinct that the one had worse navicular.
Yep.
I think it was the one.
Yep.
Yeah. He walks her forward.
Yep.
Interesting. She's more than any lame on her right, for sure. Because if you watch, her head always goes down when her left is down.
Yeah, and it seems to me when I see her move around, even just in the stall, she tries to keep.
You see how she's leaning right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. So I'm like,
I
so
don't
is
know
the
if
left
there's
one
an
getting
ab-
sore because of the shape that one's in, and now she's way back.
Is there abscesses back in there? I don't know. Like, so I'd be curious to shoot new x-ray and compare it to the two and see if we have degeneration worse in our right or back or rear. But primarily, I would want to, if we are reshoeing her, I want her to get x-rays without shoes on.
Okay.
And get a skyline lateral right, and then maybe put shoes back on. But this doesn't look like great quality of life. It's just a question if we can fix it or not.
To make her comfortable.
Yeah. He's got a hygroma right here over that knee.
A what?
Hygroma, it's full of fluid. Doesn't really have it on this side. Wondering if it's from laying down. My guess is it's a hygroma, but if you can, I would try to push up, film as high as you can and get a shot of this knee too. Because that whole right side is the worst. And that knee is really, this knee is bad, and that's what this is from. You can feel it associates with the kneecap.
Which makes sense why she's all of a sudden had this back leg pain.
All right, so Polly's here today. We're gonna start off with Miss Sassy. She's typically pretty good for her feet, so this should be a piece of cake. Good looking feet.
There's always so much more foot there after there's moisture.
You're doing real good, Sassy. Feet look all right?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, Sassy, you're all done. So up next, we're gonna pull out Molly Black here. Gonna have Polly take a peek at her feet, see how that abscess is healing up, and maybe be able to put those proper shoes on her again.
What'd you do to your face?
We're not sure,
Cut it
but yeah, she cut it on something, but we got it all cleaned and fixed up. Well, we didn't, the vet did. But we just kind of want to have you take a peek at her feet. I don't know if you remember her. She came back with the glue-ons and had that really nasty abscess, so we're not sure where she's at with getting shoes back on yet. Hopefully right where she needs to be.
Ideally. Okay.
What do you think? We can do it?
I think so.
Okay.
What? I'm just
we can
thinking.
do it. All right.
Um,
All right, girl, we can get them proper shoes back on you. Alright, so we're gonna try putting shoes on Molly here without sedation. We'll give it a whirl. Polly says there it is. Alright. Get one more chance. 3 chances, girl. You weren't doing this before. Alright. Little cocktail for Molly, I think. So while Molly calms down, there she is. Not calms down, but we sedated her. While she gets a little sleepy, we're gonna pull Halo out, take her shoes off, and Dave did say he wanted some new x-rays, so. Alright, so we got Halo in the vet stock here. She's not the best with her feet, so Polly's using a rope, but we gotta get the shoes off so we can get those x-rays.
Much better.
Very good, Halo.
Why can't you do that every time?
And we got the other one off. That was a bit more of a fight, so we kind of needed all hands on deck, but this one's going pretty smooth here. There
Sorry.
we go, girl. You can have your foot back now. Let's get those x-rays, okay? Let's get those x-rays. Alright, so now that Molly's pretty out of it, Polly's gonna get her shoes on. So what has she got on her feet now?
She just got egg bar shoes. She probably should have never been pulled out of them the first time, but we seen what the glue-ons did. So we're gonna go back to this. That way she's got some full support until it heals. And then hopefully in the future she can be put just back into a standard shoe.
You think she'll need shoes?
She's gonna need shoes for quite some time now. Because we had her doing great, and then now we're starting all over again.
Sure.
But it happens. Come on!
Come on, Molly.
That kind of looks like a normal foot.
Yeah.
So when would be a good time to use glue on shoes?
Never.
Why?
Well, it's kind of like boots. I'm not against them, but I'm not going to stock them, and I'm not going to sell them. Because people always say, oh, run your horse barefoot because it's natural. Well, if we're going to be natural, you're feeding it hay that you made, letting it live in a shed that you made out of the elements, feeding it feed that was made in a factory. So, shoes are your best bet. I would go with boots over glue-ons. That's how much I hate them. With glue-ons, you can just kind of slap them on and glue them, you know? You don't have to do really any balancing. With a shoe, you have to level it. That's why you see a lot of bruising, abscesses with glue-ons, especially if you buy the cheap bottom of the barrel hard plastic ones with no grip. Here's your proof. No! You know what? I'm trying to save you. No. Kind of a foot again. The other one looks better, Marissa.
Yeah, okay. I'll go to the other side. There.
Some people's kids.
You got a little bruise there, huh?
Yeah. Peel some of that sole away and leave that rim to stand on, because she's walking right on her sole. And she's all sorts of sore, so we'll try to prevent an abscess. Not too often we get to prevent one.
She's all done now?
She's good.
All right, girlfriend.
What we're gonna do is just pull the one, because I don't want to put her in steel to go backwards, because the whole point of the aluminum was to try to get her to go forward.
But now she's missing one of them.
And we don't throw those on either.
Oh, gotcha.
Just because they're at cost, they're
Sure.
a lot.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I'll get it off. We'll have to leave her in the stall, maybe some deep bedding.
Okay.
Then I'll get a pair ordered and get here as soon as we can.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Yep. That works.
Make it a little easier for
All right,
everybody.
Daffy. We'll get that one off then.
Whoa,
All right,
easy
so
now.
Cindy's
heifer.
gonna go. Ooh. Cindy's gonna go try and find Daphne's shoe, see if it's out there somewhere visible.
Damn it.
Daphne, such a mare you are. Hey.
Godspeed.
Daphne, now you know better.
Whoa,
Yeah, back her butt up.
that was intense.
That was absurd. Yeah, I bet. You all right?
Okay,
All we're doing is taking the shoe off, honey. No fucking way.
what the just happened?
Daphne, you did not.
Had a halo moment.
Okay, Daph. Daph, just wait. Just wait. Can we get your foot off of that?
Ho, ho, ho,
Daphne.
ho, ho.
Leg's still tied up there, so if she gets...
Yeah, I'm trying to get up front to undo. Oh, that's cute. Why the did you do that? What in the are you doing there? My God. Yeah, but that's oh my. Lick and chew, lick and chew. Okay, can you back up? Can you back up? Can you back up? Can you just?
She got herself on the front.
Oh my.
Can you at least walk off the other direction?
She's gonna slip from that shoe.
Yeah, I know why.
Okay. Need some traction or something.
Daph, come on, man. Whole stock is bent.
Yeah, I see that. That's not cute.
Yeah, just
mean-
make her. Just nope, not her front, just her butt
Just
right
her
now.
ass?
Just so she's kind of like
Yeah.
sideways. Yeah,
Can you guide her head?
I've got her head.
Okay.
Now, can I just come out from underneath her if she walks forward?
That might hurt.
Okay, I know this might be like a morbid idea, but can you try and pick up her front foot? Maybe she'll jump again, and then we can pull it out.
She'll jump.
I don't know. I'm just trying to think of how to get her unstuck, man.
I know.
You are like,
We're not making much progress. And I think it's closed.
No, it's not.
Not anymore.
come on, girl. I know. Why did you do this?
No.
Ah, there we go. Just stop.
Ouch.
Stop. Just stop.
That hurt a lot.
My Lanta.
Oops, Charlie.
Stop. Hey, come. Come.
Why would you do that?
I know, that was a lot. Almost off. One more good tug it should do. Unreal, Daphne. You okay?
What the hell is wrong with her?
So today we have an owner surrender coming by the name of Penny. She is a 6-year-old quarter horse mare who's said to have some navicular issues. So we'll see if we can help her. You got it, girl. Oh, aren't you adorable? So this is Miss Penny. We're gonna get Miss Penny up in a stall here for a little bit and then get the paperwork done and have the vet out on Monday. 1, 2, 3.
I said a course to the horse.
Perfect. You got it.
I said a horse to the course.
Molly. She's not even looking at us. Let's try again. 1, 2, 3.
Course to the horse.
And smile.
Okay.
Good.
Said okay.
Well, Miss Molly Black and Miss Happy happened to find their new homes today. And lo and behold, it happens to be together at the same place. How do you feel about Happy leaving, Ray?
Happy, but emotional.
Little bittersweet, huh?
Yeah.
Happy came to us with just simple ground handling, so Ray's kind of worked with her from the ground up. So they've done a lot together, made a lot of progress, but
For her first ride on her.
yeah, we're so happy for her though. And she gets to go with Miss Molly. There you go. You got it, Hap.